Now let me tell you something interesting. Samsung is about to release an update that doesn't just improve your phone, it changes how your phone thinks. One UI 8.5 is not trying to impress you with one or two features, it's trying to quietly rebuild the entire Galaxy experience from the inside out. For years, Samsung has followed the same strategy: new phones first, everyone else later. But this time, something unusual is happening. The development of One UI 8.5 is moving faster than expected, and the beta program is already at a very mature stage. That usually only happens when a company is extremely confident about stability and performance. And that's why many insiders believe that Samsung may release this update much earlier than its traditional schedule. Nothing is confirmed yet, but all signs suggest that Samsung wants this software in users' hands as soon as possible. And once you understand what One UI 8.5 actually brings, that decision makes perfect sense. Let's start with the feeling of the system. One UI 8.5 feels different. Everything is smoother, deeper, and more alive. The interface now uses more depth-based visuals, refined blur effects, and more realistic motion. Icons feel more dimensional, animations feel more natural, and the entire UI feels less like a flat screen and more like a living space. Even simple actions like opening the quick panel or switching apps feel more fluid than before. Speaking of the quick panel, it's now fully modular. This is huge. Instead of being stuck with Samsung's layout, you can finally shape it around your own habits. The toggles you use most can be placed exactly where you want, and the whole panel feels more like a control center built for you, not for everyone. The lock screen is also getting a major evolution. The clock is now more intelligent and adaptive, blending better with wallpapers and notifications. The layout feels more modern, more dynamic, and less static. Your phone finally feels personal, even before you unlock it. But visuals are only one part of the story. The real power of One UI 8.5 is intelligence. Samsung is clearly pushing hard into AI with this update. The system is becoming more context-aware, more helpful, and more proactive. Photo editing is now smarter and more continuous. Instead of jumping between tools, you can now make a series of edits in a more natural flow. The phone understands what you're trying to achieve and helps you get there faster. Sharing is also getting a major upgrade. Quick Share is becoming faster and more reliable, but the real game changer is storage sharing between Galaxy devices. You'll be able to access another phone's storage directly from your own device, almost like it's part of your system. No sending files, no duplicating data, just instant access. This is the kind of feature that feels futuristic but immediately useful. Screen recording is now more flexible too. Thanks to partial screen recording, you no longer have to record the entire display. You can capture exactly what you want, which is perfect for tutorials, guides, or showing a specific problem. Samsung DeX is also getting refined once again. Every update makes it feel closer to a real desktop experience. One UI 8.5 improves stability, window management, and overall usability, pushing Samsung's vision of phone as a computer even further. Now, let's talk about one of the most exciting smart features: the new voicemail system. This is not old-school voicemail. This is smart voicemail. When someone leaves you a message, your phone can transcribe it live, summarize it using AI, and even let you jump into the call while they're still talking. So instead of discovering an important message too late, you can react instantly. And later, you can read the summary, copy the text, or listen to the audio whenever you want. Samsung is also preparing deeper AI integration into its assistant experience. The goal is simple: reduce the number of steps between what you want and what your phone does. Less tapping, less searching, more understanding. Security is also getting a serious upgrade. One UI 8.5 introduces stronger theft protection, smarter authentication locks, improved auto blocker systems, and better privacy controls running quietly in the background. Your phone becomes not just smarter, but safer. Battery life and performance are also being optimized. New intelligent power-saving systems analyze how you use your phone, and adjust background activity accordingly. This means better battery life without sacrificing performance. System apps are not being ignored either. Almost every built-in Samsung app is being refreshed: browser, calculator, clock, calendar, reminders, and more. The goal is consistency. Everything should look, feel, and behave like part of one unified experience. Now let's talk about devices. One UI 8.5 is expected to reach a very wide range of Galaxy phones and tablets, from older flagships to newer mid-range models and even some rugged and tablet devices. This tells us something important. Samsung sees this update as a major platform step, not a small upgrade, and that brings us to the big question. Is One UI 8.5 a small update? Absolutely not, even though it's based on Android 16. The amount of changes in design, intelligence, usability, and system behavior make it feel like a generational shift. If Samsung really releases this earlier than expected, it will be a strong signal that the company is entering a new phase, where software is no longer just supporting the hardware, but leading the entire experience. Of course, until everything is officially confirmed, we should treat timelines carefully. But one thing is already clear: One UI 8.5 is one of the most ambitious updates Samsung has ever worked on. Now tell me, what are you most excited about? The new design, the AI features, the smart voicemail, or the deeper customization? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to stay ahead of every Samsung update, every new feature, and every important leak, make sure you're subscribed to Tech Insights. I'll keep bringing you everything you need to know in the simplest way possible. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.